You give to me body and soul. Read in between the cracks in the wall. So we have no.
A good friend of mine once said to me that opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one, and they're usually full of crap. And with that in mind, I'm going to do some e-liquid reviews. Guys, when I'm reviewing equipment, you know, obviously there's going to be some subjectivity involved, but you get good kit and bad kit. When it comes to e-liquids, it's all a question of taste. And just because I like or don't like something doesn't mean that you're going to like or dislike it. Hi, by the way, Lordy again. So today I'm going to be reviewing 4 that I received from Jeff at Innevape in the United States. I have to say that I did receive these free of charge for the purposes of conducting a review. However, that's not going to change the honesty of my opinions. So when they arrived, they all came in this really cool little bag, which, as well as being nice for receiving the liquids in, has worked out to be really handy. I'll chuck a bit of wick in there and some wire and a couple of bottles of e-juice and chuck it in my bag, and I'm away for the day. It's, yeah, nice handy, and it's a really nice touch when someone goes to the extra effort to give you something like that. So I'm going to be reviewing 4 flavours, the first of which will be this one. I have had these for a few days, so the labels are a bit beat up. But as you can see, this one is blue, and it is called Heisenberg, the blue. I really love my fruity vapes, so I'm bound to like this one. Someone told me on a forum that I need to stop looking directly into the lens when I'm taking a vape. Apparently it's a bit freaky. As you can see, it produces a lot of vapour. I'm guessing that these are all quite heavy on the VG front. Taste-wise, it tastes a lot like blue slush puppies or blue ice pops. Even tastes a little bit like WKD blue, but nowhere near as sweet. It's really tasty. I can't pick out any of the individual notes that are in there, but the overall flavour, like I say, does remind me very much of all those kind of tastes. The one thing that I would say though is I have been having a good old vape on this. In fact, it's one of my favourites out of the ones that I received. Now perhaps I'm a bit spoiled. The last flavour that I got was Scorpion Blood by Mido, and as I said in that review, man, it was intense, really intense. I tend to mix my own e-liquids, and I then tend to put quite a lot of flavour in there, and if there was only going to be one criticism I could really make of all of these, there's not quite enough flavour coming through for me. I mean, you keep vaping on it and it does build a little bit, and I keep thinking I just want it to build that little bit more. So that's entirely my view, completely personal, but I'd like to see a little bit more flavour in there. I am going to do some camera changes just so that I can make sure that the wicks are completely dry and clean before moving on to the next flavour. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, next up we've got this one, which is called 7, like the film, which is Vapor's Deadly Sin. I have to say that this one looks a little bit more full because I've actually added a little bit more nicotine to it. All of these that I received came in a 12mg strength. So it's more of a dark red colour. I'll take a vape again for you. This one has got, it's another fruit flavour, and it's got all sorts of subtle notes going on. I think there's some watermelon in there. It's got some sort of red berry tones to it. I can't possibly pick out all of the flavours that are in there, and I'm struggling to work out what to compare it to. But the one thing that I will say is it's really nice. Really nice. On his website he calls it the deadliest of all sins. Innevape's new e-juice 7, a decadent blend of exotic fruits that is sure to please even the most scrutinising taste buds. It's like a Hawaiian vacation in your mouth. I'm guessing that some of the fruits are Hawaiian. With that being the case, every time I vape it, I pick out different notes, and it's, again, I can't really tell you what any of them are, but it's really Moorish. Again, like Heisenberg the Blue, my only criticism is, for my personal tastes, I would like to see a little bit stronger flavour. Right, on to the next. Go ahead, punk. Vape My Day is what this one's called, if my camera will pick it up. Vape My Day. Again, at 12 milligrams. This one is a tobacco flavour. Now, I don't normally go in for tobacco flavours at all. I had them when I first started vaping a couple of years ago and haven't really touched them since. Anyway, let's take a vape. I kid you not. This is absolutely delicious. Sorry, I'm just going to have a bit of tea and clear some of this. Yeah, the room's starting to fill up with vapour a bit now. Yeah, I think that this is Jeff's own sort of proprietary tobacco. He makes this flavour himself. Well, he obviously makes all of them himself, but yeah. It's a Virginia tobacco base, and it has got a swirl of butterscotch flavour in there. And it's so smooth. It's delicious. I honestly didn't think that I would like a tobacco liquid, but I would definitely, and I will definitely buy more of this one. It is phenomenal. It's so good. Okay, so it's got a bit of a nutty taste to it, but unlike other tobaccos I had before that were a little bit peppery and a bit nutty, the nutty taste in this matches the butterscotch and the tobacco. It's gorgeous. Get it. Try some. You will not regret it. Right, on to the last one. Okay, now for the last one, which I'm having to re-record. My computer decided it didn't like the first one I took, so here I go again. And this one is called Mocha Javape. And this one's actually at 18 milligrams, so I was wrong with what I said about them all being at 12 earlier. And as you can probably guess from the name, this one is a coffee flavour. So let's give it a go. So as you can see again, loads and loads of vapour, loads of vapour. And I'm actually going to backtrack on what I said earlier in terms of all of the flavours needing something a little bit more. I mean, if you look at this bottle, there's still quite a bit in there. I don't normally do coffee flavours, and I had a go on it when it first arrived, but I've not really come back to it since. And I've got to say, as far as coffee flavours go, this is a really good one. And it's funny, isn't it, often the case that it's when you've had something go away and come back to it, especially with e-liquid flavours, your tastes and opinions do change over time. And this one's really good. It's more of a latte than a dark, rich, intense coffee vape, and it's also got caramel in there and a bit of French vanilla as well. And like all of Just flavours, it's actually really well balanced. It's got enough darkness to it to, you know, to give it that coffee flavour, but it's not so in your face that it becomes unvapable. I can never talk when I've got a cam running. Yeah, as coffee flavours go, it is actually a really good one. So there you go. That's 4 from Innevape. The address is innevape.com, but I'll put that in the corner. Like I say, Jeff's a cracking guy. I can honestly say his flavours are really good, although like I said, there's a couple where I'd like to see just a little bit more flavour in there, but I'll definitely be going back to Jeff for more. Vape My Day, I think, is the one that took me the most by surprise. I knew I'd love the fruity flavours, and so I do. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.